Hey everyone, welcome to episode 2 of season 5. Lots to go through, no, not lots to go through, a couple announcements to go through, and then we'll jump right back into the action. I still have some other music going on. I'm going to switch to this music. Of course, huge, massive thank you to Dungeons and Dragons for creating this awesome game that we know and we love, that we play forever. And thank you to them. Our title sponsor, Beetle and Grimm. Of course, Beetle and Grimm create awesome boxed content. I remember Matt told me once that it's like, you know, some people like Pearl Jam, but some people want like the box set, like the 4-album, whatever. And that's what Beetle and Grimm's does. It takes a book like Curse of Strahd and creates a massive collection of awesome things, including the Holy Symbol of Ravenkind, and there's like books and handouts, and all the handouts at the end of the table. The awesome map in the middle of the table, actually, you can switch to that if you want, Devin, and just show them the map on the table there. Actually, you know, I throw some of that stuff on the end of the table on there. But these are just some of the handouts that our players have received this season for Curse of Strahd. So super awesome, including the entire layout in maps of Castle Ravenloft.
Yeah, and it is epic.
Which I'm just gonna do this. You guys can't see it. But
that's an instruction.
They have like full size battle maps.
If you just pass that over.
Yeah. It's like
they need that.
It's like 30 some odd maps. Anyways, check them out. BeetleandGrims.com. Amazing friends of ours and of RealmSmith and of the community because they love us and we love them. Hero Forge makes incredible miniatures and has a system where you can design your own. All of the minis at the table, actually, you throw them on the map. All the player character minis, or most of the player character minis,
this is how usually I am.
Hero Forge minis. We've also created, and we can actually zoom into that. Is it still here?
No, it's over there.
Give it back? Okay. Yep. We actually created versions that are, prone, like unconscious. Which are fine.
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, you can go right in. You
They're
go
not
right
going to
in,
use this
Devin.
game, though.
What's that?
They're not going to be using
Oh, of course, never. They're never using this
Oh,
game.
yeah.
But anyways, that's obviously not a prone one. But that's the regular Noggins, and then that's a prone Noggins.
So fun.
Yeah, it's so fun. Well, and we have prone versions of all of them. Anyways. So yeah, Hero Forge is awesome. You can also create custom avatars, and you can download the STLs to print yourself, or you can order paintable ones, or you can order full color prints from them, which we've used in previous shows and series that we've run. So anyways, thank you, Hero Forge. You guys are awesome. Of course, Forge Gaming. We do have Into the Mist dice coming. Stay tuned for that because they're awesome and amazing and all of that fun stuff. If you want to integrate with our series in a closer, tighter way, you can do that by joining our Patreon. And if you join our Patreon at whatever level, you can add a character to our Discord roleplay servers, and then you get benefits from the stream. You interact with some of the cast potentially as they come in and out. We did that the first episode, and you would see and can see what maybe that looks like by watching episode 1 and how you can interact. So check that out at patreon.com/RealmSmith and then on our Discord server as well. I want to thank our Smith Guardians. They are the ones that really keep things going. Super awesome folks who manage our community and write a lot of the narrative and the modules and all of the narrative on the Discord. Huge thank you to them and the Realm Watchers who keep our community safe, of course. If you want to support us even further, we have merch. You can check it out below the videos on YouTube. And if you like what you saw tonight, please consider subscribing and sharing. And without further ado, let us venture back into the mists. And we're back. All right. So you have spent some time. Well, let me read. Where we left you, you had met Argynvost, the resurrected Argynvost, who was actually a little withered and tired from the process of being resurrected, needed some time, and explained to you that you were being kept in a protective bubble of his sheer will against Strahd and the land. And you were also given a warning, or the land of Barovia was given a warning by Strahd that he wanted you brought to him, and this bubble was keeping you safe from that. He gave a 30... What's that?
I was going to say, just as a question, does that technically mean that he failed since we're past that 31 days now?
I think the losers are the people who got swallowed into the earth. Really? I think that in the end. But,
I was gonna say otherwise. Thanks for watching. So you mean we sacrificed half the people of Barovia?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but Barovia, and so you kind of hunkered down for the month during that time. The land swallowed both camps Drepta and Stanga from the Discord, and all of those folks who survived converged on Argynvost, which is now protected in this consecrated bubble space that is known as Argynvost and surrounding area. Some time has passed. You have had some time to spend with the people of the community, with Vistani and adventurers alike who are like-minded. And also Madame Eva has also come here and relocated with her and her camp. There have been some discussions that have happened throughout that week, or not really a week, but a few days. We'll say some time has passed. Game time, real time is time behind me a little bit. But we'll say some time has passed. We'll say it's at least a couple days. And if there are things we've talked about, I know last time you said you wanted to do some things, Noggins, and some other people wanted to do some things in the time of the 60 days or the 30 days that we passed, and now in these couple days that existed. Again, you guys have gone into the Discord and have interacted with some of the people on the Discord in order to talk about items and just get to know them, which is great. You are all together. What do you folks want to do in that time that has passed, both this week and the time in between?
So I would like to get some of the camp's folks that have been coming to Argynvost to potentially help me tip my bolts with silver.
Okay.
Is that possible?
Yeah. It's possible. Okay. So what we can do is to actually do it super cool. We can say actually you've made a request here, and then Discord, you heard that, and so Felfer is looking for silver tipped bolts.
Yep.
Okay. The request has been made. Actually, and that's a good way to do it. If you haven't gone into Discord this past week and asked for specific items, if there is anything that you want to make a request of, because the Vistani are wonderful craftsmen who can create magic items and all kinds of things. And so if there's a specific request and you want to pay them for it, if you didn't have the chance to go in the Discord this week, then please let me know if there's anything that you want done. Cool. And you don't have to do it now. We can also do it in the next week too.
Yeah.
On when you guys leave camp.
Awesome.
All right, Rostel. Yeah. Okay.
Dimitri will, every day, while the dome is still active and the mist is still over the whole thing, he's going to spend just a small amount of time going back to the crypt where it all took place and just staring at the spot where the dragon came out of and just contemplating everything that transpired, and at the same time begin practicing some of the features that he's acquired as having the dragon as his new patron.
Yeah.
And source of power
So you've taken some time to kind of familiarize yourself with that new sensation, that new feeling.
Yeah, and near the end of each of the times I go out there, I can feel my eyes start to glow red, and then I stop it before it completely happens.
Okay.
And then that's when I go back to the house.
Okay. Interesting. Okay. And so
Does anyone notice you doing this at any point during the week?
I never let on or tell people what I'm doing.
try to
but
stay to yourself, to your own.
keep to myself, but someone could easily have seen me walking.
If anybody's interested in maybe following him or finding out.
Yeah.
So Roan would spend a fair amount of time, rekindling the old friendship with Dimitri.
Yeah.
And acting as a friend to him. So Roan will spend some of that period, investing time in Dimitri as a, trying to create a confidant relationship.
Cool.
And then
Acting being the operative word.
and then the other thing is Roan would like to have a moment to speak to somebody.
Okay.
So in one of the nights, Roan will walk out alone, to the darkest area he can find in the surrounding area that's protected, and I'm going to look inside and speak almost conversationally. Well, what do you think? I know you're there.
Sounds.
Speak.
Give me a persuasion check.
That will be a 23.
Okay. You have confidence. Like, you've been fairly confident with your ability to commune. But for some reason in this place, it's not like there's silence, like you're being ignored. It's like the line's been cut. Like, there's no static, there's no presence. It's like it doesn't, the line doesn't exist.
So feeling that the shadows are going to sort of swirl around and get more agitated around Roan, and almost a look of desperation is going to cross his eyes, or cross his face for a moment, before he glances thoughtfully up to where the dragon is, and then returns back to where he was.
Okay. Anyone else during that time?
Sterling is going to put some of his war knowledge to work and trying to find ways that would, help to defend their position, make use of the terrain, as well as think of potential ways to wage war on Castle Ravenloft. But he's also going to take a moment, maybe even just early on, where he goes to Noggins and he's going to ask for a flower. Then he's going to take the flower and he's going to go to the crypt, or to the cemetery,
Yeah.
and he's going to lay it there and create in the shape of the holy symbol of Alun,
Okay.
a headstone for the boy Sterling.
Quick question. Do you know what the boy's favorite flower would have been?
Frisia.
Right.
Does Dimitri see this headstone for Alun at any point? Is my question.
Where exactly was it in the?
In the cemetery behind the mansion where that happened. And if you were going out there once in a while, I imagine that you would have crossed it at one point.
Okay. Then the day that you make this little memorial, when Dimitri goes out and sees it, it's almost a double take where he almost didn't realize that he forgot what he had just looked at. And he keeps walking, but surprised at himself that it didn't seem as familiar as it should have been.
And I'll say, just to kind of add on to what the flower, I think it is a purple freesia, specifically matching what his eye color used to be. But then it becomes a very, very small sliver of red, and then the inside becomes blue. And it almost symbolizes the fight against, well, not necessarily Strahd, but overcoming the red. And the boy is mostly the reason of that, which is why it's mostly purple.
Brandon, which consciousness in the amalgam would the Warforged tap for, like, military tactics and such?
There's multiples, but I can give you names.
Maybe, no, you don't have to now. Just maybe put some thought into that
Yeah.
in case we get into it.
Yeah, as far as Falfar goes, like, just as a ritual every day, go out to the furthest stretch outside towards the bubble and look around sheepishly.
And as you do, just so you know, anybody who's out there, the mist is no longer surrounding it.
Right.
There's a low-lying mist, and there's
But
always
we're-
but you're not kept inside anymore.
No.
You're free to leave if you want to, but once in a while you do get roaming creatures and parties, pitchforks and torches over the last kind of couple days that you notice of people trying to get to you in Argostol.
So I'll walk out to the edge of where I know the protection kind of lies.
And somehow it appears like the barrier knows if you are for or opposed Strahd.
Okay.
Like, it's almost like those who enter are only allowed to enter because they're pure of heart and because they have the right, not necessarily like good aligned or anything like that, or not
Right.
evil, but that their intent is
Towards
such.
Strahd is okay.
Yes.
Cool. So I'll go and I'll pull a tooth and put it just at the base of the extension of where that space is, and head back into the into the dining room. And then on occasion you'll see him take a minute or two to commune with his tooth.
Okay. Give me a perception check.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's relatively easy. Okay, that is a 17.
Okay. You see, with the 17, I'm going to say over the last number of days, for the time that you've been together, you notice ravens quite often come, they circle the dome, and then they leave. You definitely have seen a couple wolves come back and forth and kind of like looking in and then turn around and take off. And you've also see groups of Barovians who are angry, who are trying to bash this barrier down, but they can't. They get frustrated and they leave. But that's kind of what you see
Cool.
throughout the last 3 days.
I will, as part of my heritage, the descendants of my bloodline are called the Zayn Ku, and my particular bloodline is about influence and leadership. And I think what I will do is I will spend majority of my days going to the people, and hand on the shoulder, look at them in the eyes, try not to freak them out with the whites of mine, give them inspirational speeches, use my bardic skills and my leadership-like skills to calm the emotions of the general crowd and inspire them to do what is coming, and give them the harsh realities that death is here. But together we can surpass this. I will also, on my private time, outside of all of this, and the camaraderies that I will try to build with each of the companions, because I will do the same thing to them that I will do with the people. the Discordians and stuff like that. And so I will then, because I come from an era where, or a planet that is covered by a time shell called the Veil, time permeates everywhere, and it's not magic, it's a construct. And so since I'm in tune with that, I think in my mind's eye that I can find a way home, and I will spend a lot of my time trying to like search into that pocket. And if by some chance I manage to find a way, I will not use it. I will wait, because now I would not abandon these people. So I have now considered myself one of them, and I will fight this cause until it is time to go home. So, but that's what I'm doing. So in the evenings, I'm searching for my pocket and time to get out, just so I have a way out, and maybe to save some people. And then the other time, I'm just building camaraderie with the people.
And what does your searching look like? Like, what does that behavior look like?
Well, he'll do it usually either if there's if there's parapets or something where he can sit under whatever the blood moonlight it is, or wherever even if he's out in the middle of the grass, especially if it's growing green, it would just be him sitting and contemplating. He's looking. He's not really doing much. Every once in a while, you might get a little Doctor Strange going on where he kind of shifts in and out, but other than that, he's just feeling the air for the strand of destiny to try and plug to find a way back. You can decide later whether he finds it or not.
You mean insight check?
Sure.
And you mean Arcana
Did you
check?
see the new guy interpretive dancing out in the field?
Yeah.
My insight, I'm rolling
good.
hotcakes today on that.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome.
Hope this doesn't happen when combat happens. 27 on the insight, and Arcana, hey, we bombed one. Arcana is 3.
Yeah. Arcana is 3, and
Insight is,
was-
27.
Okay, wow. With the insight,
I like to keep it up and down.
there is a number of different feelings that you get, especially with the 27. I'll tell you all the feelings you get. From some, you get a sense of relief, because for the first time they feel safe in Barovia in this space and protected. That's first. From some, you get the sense of doom, impending doom. There's a war coming, and even though they feel safe now, they know there's death coming. Resentment for the fact that they're here for you, but their homes were destroyed, and now they're forced here because of that. And so you do sense some resentment towards the party and towards what's happening. And then hope. In some, that there is potentially a way out, and that for the first time in their existence here in Barovia, for those who have been here a while, that this is the most hope they've had.
And for those that have resentment, I will take the time to put energy into that, into them, letting them know that I come from not here, and I've had my entire family line taken from me,
Sure.
and I still stand.
Yeah, and there are lots of people who feel the same way, having been brought here and drawn
And
here.
the doomed ones
Yeah,
will save the souls.
yeah,
So anyways, I'll do my best to try and inspire their courage.
sure. Like it.
I will spend the 30 days. I think the first week or two after the first night, there's a very definite shift in Aster. I kind of just withdraw and spend most of my time wandering the halls, kind of seeming like I'm avoiding people as much as possible. And I think kind of gradually over the course of the 30 days, there's this little bit of a shift towards almost like a resolve. And as the Vistani come in to the fortress, I kind of do very similar in the lending aid, providing healing, going among the people. And I think at that point there's very much a demeanor shift from kind of being withdrawn and almost having this feeling of burden and guilt about her to this sudden sense of purpose again.
Awesome. Is that everyone?
No,
that was everyone but Noggins. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
I think before we get to flashbacks, in this time of people getting here, he would have. He's definitely going to go out and talk with everybody from the ones he remembers. And check on the grove, his little plant garden area. Kind of looks at
It's
once.
flourishing like never before.
Oh yeah, he's been like collecting throughout the
It's growing. It's growing and fertile like this land is like you've never seen. It's different in here.
Yeah, he definitely throughout that time is getting, baskets of veggies and wheat and other things that he's growing to try to make sure that he can at least be the cook of Argynvost right now. And if they no meat, they can deal with it, or starve. But
Exactly.
when they get here, he will definitely approach some folks, knowing that there's going to be time for this is a potential of not being gone for a while and not being able to come back, and just being around these people. So making sure he has all the tools so that he can get. He's going to try to commission someone for a very specific type of pearl that can enhance one's, give one with a magical ability to have a little extra oomph. AKA, I'm commissioning a pearl of power from someone. It doesn't take long to make from Noggins' understanding, and CB knows the guide to Barovia. And he's going to also offer.
You're such a jerk. That's funny. We can't do any of that.
And he's also going to offer in exchange, based on some of the conversations, one of the diamonds that he still has. So it's not just taking time out of their time, just in case they have to deal with some things too, because we're all in this together. Typical high school musical. So that's what he's going to do.
One of the days when he's going back and forth to his what's it called? The grove. When he's going back and forth to his grove, I'll just walk by as closely as I can, grab his forearm as he's walking by and go, "Please do not make any more carrot bacon," and just keep walking.
He's just gonna look at you. I could just feed you air if you want.
What is this carrot bacon you speak of?
Do not have the carrot bacon.
It's quite good actually, but yeah. And it's not just carrot bacon. He's making salads and stuffed peppers.
Oh my God.
He's going in right now. Okay, it's just no meat.
That's too much not me.
But so that's the gist of what he does. But then obviously the flashbacks, he'll be looking into some dreams.
Okay.
Oh, and on occasion I have Sylvan training classes with Noggins in the Grove.
Cool. I like
Yes.
The beacon that's now gone. Was that giving us a boost to AC as well?
that. Yes. So now that's gone.
Okay.
Yeah. That beacon of Argynvost blessing is now gone, and it's been replaced by an area of protection around Argynvost.
That does remind me, actually.
Also, sorry, and it was removed for all of the Vistani and the Discord as well.
Throughout the period, each day, Roan is going to sneak away and sort of in the height of darkness is going to take something out of his bags each day and begin to chew and eat bones in a very hidden fashion.
Okay.
I don't know if anyone else has any other special requirements since the Amber Temple, but
Yeah. That's yours.
Are you trying to hide it?
Yeah.
yeah, I'm hiding it.
Okay, so you would know to avoid when I go to the cemetery.
Yeah. Nothing to see here. Yeah, exactly. Okay. And Noggins, there's something else you wanted to do, right?
Dreams.
Yeah, the dreams.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right.
Bring it on, Noggins.
Things not to ask for.
I think, firstly, he will. Who's more pressing to him? He's going to look into Loholt.
Loholt? Okay. Okay.
Not that Aster isn't,
Yeah.
but he's taken on such a presence that he just want to make sure that there isn't something underneath.
Yep.
Just like what we have with Rome,
Yeah.
you got to make sure everybody
Yeah.
gets it.
All right. Okay, so if you can just quickly explain the process that you undergo for that, and then we will do what we did, which these are all of course.
Yes. So so when Noggins goes to sleep, in his room, he does no longer dream himself. That is the consequence of this gift. He no longer can specifically dream himself. However, he goes into this place within his mind. As you all know, Noggins is a satyr. But in this dream world, he is his original form, which is an Eladrin, named Zeladon. He has basically this area, this resting area that I guess now there are visages of Loholt and Aster in this space. And you all are basically asleep. And he'll go to one of your bodies and literally enter your dream.
And if you remember, dreaming since the Amber Temple, you are able to go into others, but you are no longer able to dream
I am no
yourself.
longer able to dream.
Yeah. Did he say that?
Yeah, he just
Sorry,
said
my
that.
brain was going. I'm doing a bunch of things. Do why you said that?
This is interesting.
And so you see Loholt kind of again wrapped, sleeping in vines, and you decide to enter into that.
Save.
And as you, he gets a save.
Yeah, I was about to say you need to make a I guess it says wisdom or charisma, so I'm assuming they choose.
So is this save to be aware, or save
This
to
is a save
prevent?
to enter it.
Can I relent?
If you succeed in the save, you stop it.
In Amaria, where he comes from,
Yeah.
there is a branch of sage that is not the chronomancer. They're called the Dreamwalkers, and they're used for therapeutic healing and other adventure types.
Yeah.
So somebody entering his dream is a connection to the veil.
Sure.
And if he knows or can in any way allow that to happen, that's a piece of his discovery home. And there might be a piece of the puzzle for him, whether you'd like to let
Sure.
that through or not, I don't know.
Okay.
Otherwise, I'll just make the save. It's up to you if I want.
Well, so make the save. 'Cause,
Okay.
Yeah.
Charisma or
This will charisma or
We'll do
wisdom.
charisma because that's my jam right now.
And the
21.
the save will be what did we say it is?
Is it your spell save?
No.
I got a 21, so
So yeah, it's gonna be hard.
I don't think it was higher than a 21 though.
No, it was not.
Okay.
One.
All right.
I think because we were like doing it where I need to like make a roll and
Yeah.
basically if I beat them I win.
Yeah.
Um,
Isn't it? Wasn't it a contested roll?
Because we've been doing contested rolls.
Yeah,
I think
contested,
we
so
need to
do a
look
roll.
at that. I think we've been
Yeah.
doing contested rolls. Sorry. So I will do wisdom. You got a 21.
Yeah.
I got a 24.
Okay.
I was just gonna say he's close to me. Does he get my paladin protection aura? He gets pluses to
That would actually be hilarious.
That would be funny.
And it's fun. And you all have areas within the castle you've chosen as your rooms and stuff. And I can't even remember what those were because it was so long ago. But we can figure out what that is. But you all have quarters, separate quarters. We can say because it's a big mansion. So you start to go and you feel resistance, Noggins. You feel like perhaps there's a natural almost resistance to this space, as if dreams in Loholt's world have a greater significance than perhaps in other places that the rest of your companions are from. There are certain possibly like protections or essences that provide resistance usual, but you're able to kind of press through further until you enter. As you do, give me a percentile roll, please.
Sure. Since we're doing dreams, I'll use my blue ones because they're
Like
very
it.
whimsically 85.
It is a good dream that you're having.
Good.
What is a good dream for Loholt? Like whether it be a memory, whether it be a happy place, what would Loholt in this moment be dreaming about?
Well, he would be dreaming about, in this case, because he is working on camaraderie, I think he would get a wash of campfire, friends around, You see a deep elf, which is a gray-skinned elf. Looks very similar to Aster would be, but with very obvious differences. You see another elf there, a older mage with red hair, playing with fire, and they're just sitting there having this camaraderie and this conversation. And they're laughing and they're talking about the freedoms that they've done, the people that they've saved. And then it shifts to waterfalls and nature and abundance, and way deep in the sky you see continents floating, and he's there with this human who's got a bow unstrung beside her, and they're having this romantic moment, conversation and flirtatious, and then it kind of fades away a little because he realizes that this is out of his reach. So the dream, even though it is a dream, he is feeling the miss of his companions and his love, but he understands that duty takes control, and so his resolve is there. And if you want me to give more, I can give more. I have many, but
No, so
I have novels worth.
So I would say that's where we stay.
Okay.
And it's at that point that you enter Omega into that dream. And so you see this kind of like progression of dream state as you kind of float along with Loholt until you find yourself by this peaceful waterfall stream. I'm going to say everything fades and you stand alone on the banks of this stream.
Can I speak with him?
I want you to make a perception check. Omega, are you wanting to be evident and visible at this point?
I would have been perceiving from a background, watching that campfire, and
Give
then
me a high,
watching-
yeah, give me a like a stealth check.
Okay. 11.
Ah, damn it. 8.
Okay.
I was like, come on, roll low.
Yeah, so at this point you're watching, and you stand existing on this stream, and you feel like you're stuck here. You've stopped in this place. What are the emotions that you're feeling currently in this place that you are?
I think confusion initially, but then I think he has resolved that he believes that whatever this land is preventing his dreams from progressing. And he is aware of a place called the Nightmare. So he feels like he's in a test of mental endurance.
Okay.
So he has to stay his course. But he's not happy about the dream being removed, but I think he's knowledgeable enough.
Is he aware of the dream, that it is a dream right now?
Am I allowed to?
I want you to roll for it.
What's my roll?
Perception check.
Another perception? Natural 1. I think that this is part of my dream cycle.
This is reality for you.
So then
You are in this place.
So and if anybody ever reads this
Physically.
novel, you'll understand this. He will say, Corinth, is that you? Nothing? Corinth?
And I think at that moment, as he's calling out, I think Noggins will kind of just manifest by a tree.
As Noggins?
As you see someone with the same coloration as Noggins, but not a satyr. You see an elf, and he just says, "Is that something
it's not Noggins.
something to you?"
How much like focus do I get in understanding of what's going on right now?
You feel like you are in a veil,
Yeah.
peaceful veil by a stream, and there is a dark-skinned elf who is leaned up against the tree talking to you. That's all you know.
Looks very similar to Noggins, right?
No,
No.
and just an elf, just a dark skin. That's all.
He was an old friend who has since perished, but he used to speak to me like this. I'm assuming that you are from where I am now, or are you a connection from Amaria, helping me find my way home?
I'm unsure if that information is important at this very second. Just wanted to see the you inside of you.
That phrase is interesting. Curiosity.
You killed the cat, so I've heard.
Whoever you are, you seem to know how to transverse The veil. Do you know how?
Many things in this space, yes.
Perhaps we could work together.
We already are. But I've learned that there are many secrets, many things that people hide, especially when the going gets rough.
And do I have something to hide?
That I don't know yet. That is why I'm here.
Do you have a name, elf?
You can call me Zelenak.
Well, I'm not Zelenak. I am Loholt.
I know.
I have a feeling I will speak to you again.
You will, but... And he steps forward. I actually think that he kind of steps around, and you see him almost become to like begin to Jesus walk on the water where this waterfall is.
Oh my God, just
And he
show me
kinda-
the way.
And he kind of comes in front of Loholt. You seem brave. You seem knowledge. You seem sure. Does that mask anything? Does that make you better? Does that make you useful? Does that make you someone I need to watch?
How you choose to spend your time is your choice. I must spend mine continuing to do that which I was born to do.
And what were you born to do?
Lead.
Lead or control?
No. If I wanted to control, I would have taken the crown that was offered to me.
And you'll see Noggins extend his hand, and that crown will manifest. And if you had it now, what would you do?
There's the paradox, my friend. For I will not have it now, nor will I have it then, nor will I have it in the future.
I would say, Noggins, that you have a sense, because of your natural one, that you have full control of this dream. To wield it, to mold it. And even operating the crown, you feel like you're in control of this dream. And to take
Right.
it in whatever direction you want.
He'll look at that crown, and it'll slowly begin to corrupt and decay before it turns into dust as if it's been disintegrated. I don't have a reason not to trust you, not yet. My friends seem to think that you can be of use, and I can see that. I'm just making sure that... And that crown will suddenly form again and get bigger before it begins to float over Loholt. I won't have to kill a future king to save them.
I look into his eyes. Do they have that same dark, shadowy appearance?
That was wrong.
No, I know, but he was the only one that was asking all these questions, right? So I'm obviously not metagaming, so I don't know that it's him,
Right.
Because there's
Right.
no real connections to Noggin. Right?
Give me an insight check to see if you know or sense who this essence is.
24.
Okay. You recognize the voice because the voice is there's a similarity
Inflections.
to Noggins. It's not Noggins, doesn't look like Noggins, but there's an essence of Noggins in this.
And I will lean back and say,
Although obviously two clearly different demeanors, way of talking, way of thinking.
I will just lean back and say nothing. Just hold my resolve and stare him down.
as I notice his intent, and I don't get any ill will, that crown just dissipates. And I'll begin to turn, almost walking towards the waterfall itself. I'll look back over my shoulder. You will do well. Hopefully, your gifts, your leadership will help us end this nightmare. And we all could use a little bit of hope.
I hope so too.
And I will snap, and that female figure will return. Enjoy your dream. And I'll walk through the waterfall. That's the dream. At least I get out of it.
And I would say in that moment, because of the natural one, you forget this ever happened.
Damn it, I was gonna go to the next day and be like, sleep well. Alright, I forget, it's gone. What just happened?
Yeah, so now you're back in your dream. You have your dream as it continues on. You sleep, you fall into sleep oblivion, and you wake
What?
up the next morning.
From what?
Huh?
What just happened?
Exactly.
Are we doing the dream thing or what?
Yeah.
Sorry.
You wield too much power.
Is Omega gonna do his dream thing or what?
Oh my God.
Moving on.
Okay. I love it. Okay. All right. You were going to do another, Noggins?
Aster, yeah.
Okay. All right. Okay. Aster, can you give me a saving throw, please?
Cool. It's charisma or wisdom, right?
Charisma or wisdom, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be charisma for me.
Charisma.
There.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Welcome.
What'd you get?
One.
A natural one?
I got a natural 2 for my
Wow.
plus 9. Like,
Oh, man.
Man.
Wow, there's a lot of.
I have +8, but it's natural 1.
Okay.
He wields this dream.
I get to form your dream for you.
Oh my god.
Great. Great.
that's hilarious.
Noggins. Hang on, I've got music for this.
Cause he's a dream weaver.
Oh, that was great.
All right.
The dice tell the story.
Okay. Oh my God, stop. All right. Noggins. Immediately, you see her bound and you enter the dream. And immediately, what strikes you first is the temperature in this place. It is cold. There's a moisture to the air. And it is dank. The air in here is thick. As you kind of walk, the dream starts to the area begins to coalesce. And you feel almost like a squishing sensation under your feet. And you notice that you're walking in like inches of some sort of goop, some sort of putrid, and the smell catches your nose. And immediately, if this wasn't a dream, you know you'd probably be nauseous, but you managed to kind of hold yourself in the dream. You look around and you see what appear to be dozens of columns, probably 20 feet by 20 feet wide, like 10 by 10 feet wide, square columns with doors all through this place. You look at the ceiling, and the ceiling undulates with a dark sort of mass. And you realize that you are currently in a crypt. You hear the distant sound of somebody say, "No, Aster, it's this way." As you kind of start walking around this crypt. What do you do?
I will look around, take note of this crypt,
Perception check.
Kind of recoil because ew. I am from a land of sunshine and rainbows, not this. Perception check, is a 27.
You hear the sound of multiple footfalls in 2, maybe 3 different directions. You hear the sounds of combat, and you hear what sounds like the yells of confusion. He's this way. No, he's this way. And you cross between 2 pillars, and you see that there's a group of adventurers that are currently combating what looks like some sort of pale creature that is clawing and gnashing and biting the air, quite feral currently. And what you see is a little, what you can only describe as a toad-like frog creature who is angry and is hacking at this creature as it fights some other humanoid type creatures. And it kind of like passes in front of you, and you see it, and then like it passes again, almost like time like is stopping and slowing down and then passing in this space. And you walk around as you see that. You then you cross between 2 pillars, and you see, like, basically you're down the row of pillars on either side, and about 5 pillars down, you see a person cross, and this individual is tall, kind of broad, very handsome, long black hair. And this handsome pale individual looks in your direction and says, "Shh." And in that moment, you feel yourself stiffen as if you're being tied by chains. And you feel like them kind of like tighten all around you. And you look down and your hands aren't your own. Give me an insight check.
Natural 1 for
Okay.
6.
Let's get that out of the way, boys
Okay.
and girls. Let's get that.
You notice that they're not your hands, but it happens so quickly you can't tell whose they are. For a moment, it felt like you were in somebody else's body, but with the natural 1, it leaves your mind too quickly to ascertain. And again, it's fleeting in and out of memory. And so you don't even remember what the individual looked like that said shh at this point. Then you hear, Aster, he's this way. Come, quick. And then you walk, make left and right turns as you go. Like, honestly. Left and right turns as you go, until you come to what looks like a large archway in the side of a crypt doorway. And beyond the archway, you see a campsite in a forest. Very out of place. Doesn't look like these 2 areas belong connected. But you see a campfire with a couple tents. And you see a group of adventurers on the other side looking towards you into the crypt, but almost like they're not seeing the crypt, if that makes sense. Like there's a disconnect, like they're looking through a one-way mirror and you're on the other side, but they don't know you're there. Give me another insight check.
$23.
You look down at yourself and you recognize the hands as those of Aster, as if you are standing in her body. you look up again and you see this party talking amongst themselves in this like anticipatory, if that's even a word, I just made it up, kind of demeanor as they look through this unseen portal, hoping, waiting. And then in your ear you hear, you will stay here. And you wake up. And immediately like sit bolt straight in your bedroll or in your bed, alone in your wherever you sleep in the mansion.
Yeah, I think I would just kind of take that. Keep that information for a second, but understand the seriousness of that situation. And just in that time leading up to now, Aster would notice that he always just double checks with you to make sure that you seem like you're getting used to the mansion, get used to the area if we need anything. Not like overbearing, but you know that he will always make it a note to just check on you.
Give me opposed insight checks, please.
Well.
20? Both got 20s?
Yeah, they got, wow.
Amazing. You both feel like you're hiding something from each other. For the rest of that week.
I always feel like.
Oh my god.
And then he goes
Every time.
That's all.
Goff Tomington's.
What's that?
Nothing. It's been a bite. That's all.
Okay.
So, thank you.
All right. I love those dream sequences.
Yeah,
Those
cool.
are fun.
Listen, like, you give him all of this stuff happening. There's still others I haven't entered yet, so we got some time.
That was great. Sterling's next. Let's go.
We've been
That
there.
would happen already.
Oh
Yeah.
man, that was
We've been there.
that was crazy.
All right. Okay. Again, you've spent some time now with the adventurers and the Vistani who have come to Argynvostolt. You've spent some time in communion with them and hearing stories and discussing and so on and collecting information. At this stage, you are beckoned to a meeting of the secret kind.
Of the secret guy.
Yes. With in 1 second, let me just bring it up.
know who it will be.
In the dining room that you guys are usually in. It's sorry. It is in a upper dining hall, sort of meeting area, where it appears, and you've been told by Sir Godfrey even before you were here, that it is a area where the knights of the top knights of the order would meet. To discuss and to prioritize and all that stuff. So it says through, I'll give you the thing. You see faded war banners adorning the walls of the spacious chamber, in the center of which stands a heavy wooden table. An iron chandelier hangs above the table, which is surrounded by 6 high-backed chairs with wood-carved dragons perched atop them. When you enter, Argynvost is sitting at the head of it. Sir Godfrey is at his shoulder, standing beside him. Madame Eva is on the other side of him, and it appears they've been discussing this whole time, or they've been discussing all week, and you watch them walk around and they've been together. You've also noticed, and it almost like in passing, and sometimes it's there and sometimes it's not, the visage of Vladimir, Sir Godfrey's lover before, who now, instead of the undead visage of the creature, or the humanoid that he was, the revenant that he was, is now at peace in this sort of ethereal ghost-like spirit form, who obviously kind of communes with them and walks around with Godfrey. And you'll watch them walking, like Godfrey walking normally, and him just kind of floating beside him down hallways throughout Argynvostolt.
He's at the meeting too.
No, he's not there now.
Oh,
but
okay. But
just
on
this
occasion.
reminds you on occasion that he has been with them.
Okay.
Like they've all been reunited. And it feels so good. Anyways,
So why can you do it and us not complain?
Yeah, he's Goff Tomlinson.
that's my only,
Double standard.
that's my free
that
one.
is.
That's my only free one. Oh no, the dream took Omega.
Omega's gone.
You all enter the chamber, and you are asked to join them around the table. On the table is a map of Barovia, which on our table.
There's a map
Thank you
of
to
Dagger. We strike here.
Wow.
Thank you to Beetle and Grimm's. Is a map of Barovia. And you can see that there's little like flags and like notes and things on them that they've placed. And as you enter, Argenvost stands and he says, "Welcome to all. It is time to discuss our next steps. I have spent a number of days kind of communing with the people of Barovia and catching up on centuries, almost 5 to be exact, of information. And now we decide where we strike and how we strike and how we move forward."
This is going to be fun, my friends.
Finally.
We know that we have certain allies in certain places. If we can perhaps put our heads together in this. And I plan to come out of this meeting with an understanding of next steps, as well as possibly with a message for the people gathered here. They haven't heard from anyone. We haven't made any sort of public announcement or statement, and frankly, a lot of this hangs on your shoulders.
Now we know that people who are not for this mission cannot enter the barrier.
That's right. They couldn't get
So
it.
there would be no reason why anybody in this room would be a traitor.
From what you understand.
Unless they were already here.
Already here. That's a good call. So then Loholt will pipe up and say, "Where I come from, there are many factions that work together against the common evil. There are a few that, although useful, tend to be wrought with those that seek to rot from within inside. Are you certain that you can trust everyone here?"
He kind of looks around the table. Well, Eva has said that she trusts those of the Dawnbringers that exist here. And she kind of nods at everyone. And Madame Eva, you see, for those non-Dawnbringers, you see an old kind of withered crone who stands dressed like a Vistani. Wisdom well beyond her years, even though she looks old. And he says, for those newcomers, I would ask that those that we trust stand for you. So now I ask of all of you, and this is critical, is there anyone here who believes that another in this room should not be here?
So at that point, because he just looks over at you and what? I thought we had a thing.
I mean, yes, obviously we are a party now, and you know, the circle of truth you did, which was a cool move right off the bat. And then,
It worked for you, and it worked for some of them, but not everybody was there.
it's true.
I have seen much betrayal and rebellions has costed many lives. I would hate to see another plan thwarted. Perhaps I'm just a little too cautious. Or maybe it's the lines around my eyes of wisdom speaking, experience.
Then speak now. If there is anyone that any of you believe should not be here for whatever reason.
My Lord Auge, this company has been through too much to think that they could possibly be aligned with Strahd in any way. I can't imagine it for any single one of us.
Persuasion or deception? Don't tell me what it is. Just roll it. It would help if I had dice.
You want some?
You've done all of that without me having dice.
That's pretty good.
That is quite.
That's the hallmark of a good RPG. Just role play and not get the DM to get his dice out. Oh, those dice. Oh, we're good. We're good. I've seen those dice roll.
These are my
Those
classic.
the monsters. They're imbued with the power of disappointment.
It's a 13.
Okay. I rolled a 6. Sorry, no, I didn't. What am I saying? One moment, please. This is Argos.
Dragon, right? Yeah, 6.
Yeah.
D.
6T. Sorry. Sorry, came up here.
And while you're doing that, I'll just look around at the rest of the party. Apologies if I've caused dissension in the ranks, friends. I've just been through this run-of-the-mill once or twice, and I'm sure you trust each other more than you trust others.
With a 17, what do you think you would gain from what you just said? Based on deception or persuasion, don't tell me what it is.
Like based on.
Well, based on what you said,
tree.
what you just said,
Yeah.
does he believe, obviously he believes that you're telling the truth? And you're being honest about what you just said?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Okay, so he says, okay, sincerity. Okay.
I will say this, Argenvost. We all have our failures. No, some of us have made terrible mistakes, and most of us have had some bad decisions along the way. So if you're looking for the perfect team of people who have no issues whatsoever, you may want to look elsewhere. However, if it comes to a resolute outcome versus Strahd, I am with Dimitri. You will not find a more united team.
And you would say that about even our newest members.
I mean, having known them for these 30 days,
What could go wrong?
I've nothing to question so far. They've not taken any action against us. We've not seen anything but the hard work of them rebuilding our Argenvost halt with us. They've, so far at least, gained some of our trust.
Noggins is kind of watching and looking around. I think we all, whether directly or indirectly, have a want for the destruction of the one who rules this place. While I cannot say for certainty that there aren't ulterior motives, and those who might have said motives have already been warned. But I do think we all at least want him gone. And I say all, and my eyes would just glance at Loholt and glance at Aster as well, before looking back at Argenvost.
Well, if you don't trust each other, this won't work. We must be united. And so, shall we proceed?
Yes.
Very well. All right. Well, allow us to begin to mark the map with those that we believe are our allies in this time. And then we decide a course of action. Obviously, here in Argenvost, I'm going to use dice.
Sure. Would you like to use some of these delicious dice that I made?
Sure.
Choice of words.
Say, Argenvost is. There's a glare on this map. The valley over here somewhere. Obviously, here we have. We're gonna number it. We have the people of Eva, and we also have the army of the Order of the Silver Dragon.
That's us.
And this is home base, I think. Let me just bring up my map, just to make sure that in fact, and I wish I had the map queued up for you folks at home that we created using thing, but we don't because it is a custom map and it is awesome, but we will get that up for next time. Who else can we depend on that we know what we can depend on when the time comes?
They've come to our aid so many times. The crows, for sure.
Where do they reside?
The Keepers of the Feather,
Yes,
the Mardikovs.
the Martikovs.
Okay.
There's Valaki, right?
Yes.
He's up there.
See? Yeah, put a dice a one. A one.
Oh, a one.
Because we know that we have one ally there.
You had one job.
And Valaki, sorry. Argon Vostholt is all the way west of the Luna River. My bad.
All the way here?
This is the west of the yeah, that's right there. That's Argon Vostholt.
Okay.
Oh, yes. On the water.
There we go. All right, who else?
Can we trust Casimir? The Dusk Elves.
Yeah.
We haven't really checked in with them, but we haven't had a time.
He looks at
chance to
Eva
check in
and he says, "We did help them. They did. Yes, I believe we can. There may have to be a conversation, but I think so.
Where are they located?
They are no longer under the boot of what do you call them? The Strahd. I think they will. Now, Casimir is dead,
Oh, wait, your Casimir's there, yeah. But the others.
but you're the Dusk Elves in general.
The Death Elves and Joey, yeah.
'Cause
That's right.
Casimir
I totally-
died in the Amber Temple.
I'm looking at my old notes
Yeah.
too. Literally, it said,
Yeah.
Casimir's dead.
That's a good. That's a good thought.
Yeah, but the Dusk Elves, she says perhaps. I mean, their leader did not make it out of the Amber Temple with you, so they may require some convincing.
Take care of that.
Are there?
And that is, they would be. I would put them just
Yeah.
south of Valaki.
Just south of Valaki?
Yeah, so they took over
some of the
the
woods here?
old camp, yeah, Festana grounds area.
It's a very regional allied union here.
Are there any other camps that
No more.
that have or can come alongside, or have they all been swallowed up?
Camps? No. All the camps. Out of character, there were more camps, and then the camps became Gakkus.
Yes.
And Gakkus became Sting and Dreepta. Now they're all at Ardenwells.
Okay.
You know what we do? Instead of dice, we're gonna rip these,
Yes.
rip little pieces,
Cool.
and write on it.
Yeah. Awesome.
You guys have a pen somewhere?
Yeah, he's on it.
Yeah, but just I would maybe just rip off the you just use the sticky part of it. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
rip
yeah,
off the-
oh, I
just make little bits.
Okay, yep. So what are we doing?
So Dusk Elves is one.
I put those girls on there.
Yeah.
Oh. Joel. The back of Joel's head.
Yeah. So Dusk Elves is one. So Order of the Silver Dragon is another. You can just put
Valaki.
OSD with the dots in the middle. The Keepers of the Feather.
All right, so Dusk Elves are the Silver Dragon. You put those where they need to go.
Okay, Order of the Silver Dragon here. Dusk Elves. Where's Valaki? It's right here.
You've got the Feather.
Yeah.
Feather.
Feather, yeah. Order of the Feather.
Radikoffs.
The Ravens,
And then what?
which are in Valaki.
One more?
And I would say what do we want to call the Discordians in-game? Omega, I'll let you name them.
Good question. Oh, we should have a name. I don't want to use something that's.
Rock stars.
I'm dead. I'll think about it. Sorry.
Okay, think about it. It's fine. just write Discord for now, and we'll replace it later.
Yeah.
But that'll go with OSD, just above OSD. And then Velocity, you can put Keepers of the Feather.
Where's the feathers of
Technically, we've been using in the Discord. They're referred to as the task because that's what they were.
Here.
Yeah, we're
Custodians are there.
Okay. And then he says, you had mentioned Callie at one point.
Yes, and the Deva. Where's it? At the foot of
The Abbot.
Berez?
The Abbot.
The Abbot, yes.
The Abbot.
You're right. At Berez is where they were.
Yes.
So Berez is just south of Argenvostolt, and Berez is where the old
Down here. Swamp, right?
yeah, it's a swamp. So that they're not there. They're northwest in Kresk.
Oh yes,
All the way up there. Just north of Kresk, north of the road.
What shall I name these?
Abbott
Abbott.
and Callie.
Noggins looks at Valfer.
And maybe the mongrel folk, but we
Where?
don't know where they stand.
No, we.
But you know where they stand. We don't.
No, over.
Is Kresk here?
Yeah, so
Okay.
north of Kresk.
Okay, it's up here. Oh,
Yeah.
right on the edge.
Yeah. Okay.
Alrighty.
Didn't we fight the mongrel folk on the bridge?
Yes, you did.
I'm like, I don't think they're our allies.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I look at Falfer. Didn't a part of your thing mean they might be helpful?
Ah, you're totally right. I have not asked the sisters for any help yet.
Eva kind of squints her eyes towards you. What sisters?
Did you not know?
Well, I guess. She says, it is clear that you have made some sort of pact with someone, but I am very interested to hear the story.
Well, for a little while I was naked, and then some things happened. We can go into it together later, but suffice it to say, I have some helpful friends. I won't call them friends. Helpful acquaintances who may come to my side should I need them.
I'm assuming you are speaking of Morganta and her sisters. Sister, because
Sister, right?
I heard that you maybe
Yes.
the other one.
We kind of, yes.
But what kind of agreement do you have? What promises did she make to you?
Yes, what promises did she make to you?
Yes.
Yes. In
What promises did she make to you?
what's
Now,
important?
just to be clear, because it was a while ago.
Yeah.
Who did you tell about the hag stuff?
So
Did you communicate that to the party? I'm trying to remember. Does the party remember in game being communicated?
Oh, good question.
Well, when we found that you had transformed, what was it that?
You told them.
Yes.
You told them all about it.
I told them the
Raven
full
Loft
story.
And
yes.
yes,
Yeah.
just to clarify.
yeah.
You told them about the hag.
Yes.
You told them about that she agreed to tell you about where to go.
Where to go.
Ravenloft,
Yeah,
and
that's
that she
right.
would be your eyes when you go there.
That's correct.
Got it.
Yeah.
And that she has a way to help you through.
Get in. Yes.
Well, yeah, she has a way. Yeah, she knows the castle. Yeah.
Yes.
And she has spies.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Hags?
Hags.
I don't know. If maybe they're to be trusted. They always look for something in return.
I've given them something in return.
Okay.
But I will defer to your decisions, Miss Eva. I am, of course, a humble servant.
For now, I guess we put.
Say humble with a certain amount of,
They are no longer there. She hasn't been seen here in some time, Morganta, because you burned down the windmill.
There was
Not very good. 'cause they
I'm
used
sure
to
they're
eat-
perfectly trustworthy after
okay.
we killed one of them and
Yeah,
burnt
I mean-
down the window.
It's better. I mean, they were killing children, putting them in meat pies, and then you
For
ate
sure.
them. It's
Yes,
not nice.
Of course, and there was the whole baby lasagna thing.
Maybe lasagna?
Babala Saga, sorry.
Well, it's a dark sauce.
Yes.
Explain to me, what promise Morganta made to you.
She promised that if we did a pact, that she would help us, she would help me in particular, to get into Strahd's castle. Is what the promise was, if I remember 100%. Let me check my notes.
And in exchange,
Like I said, I made a pact. A blood pact. What is the problem with a blood pact?
That is just a pact for information. What is the price that you must pay?
It's on my pact. I don't know. How many times do you read your pacts fully?
Like a prepaid credit card. Oh, shit. What are we, in Descent to Inverness all of a sudden?
I'm working at I have it in here somewhere. There we go.
Interesting.
Crap. It's
Is this the only way to get into this place?
Balfour says that the hags have made a deal with him. If they continue to go after Strahd and defeat him, they will help us get into Castle Ravenloft. The deal has been made, and Balfour's price is that he's also a hexblood now. I don't know if they made anything more specific.
That was the price that I was told that I was to pay. That I would be made hexblood.
But that's it.
I don't remember.
Yeah, I
has
think,
to be something along
again,
that.
lots happened since then. It was a long time ago, but I believe it was that they own a piece of your soul,
Which is what the pact is.
which is what the pact is and why you have
I can
hexblood.
never go
Exactly.
bad.
Yes.
But you don't have to tell everybody that if that's not what. Yeah.
no.
You just told them what you told them. Okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Well, I mean that could be useful. I'd be very careful dealing
Yes.
with them, of course.
Certainly, we don't have to use that if we don't want to. I mean,
What I was going to say is that, do we have another way in to this castle without the hags?
well, we've been there before, but it was by invitation, and we were teleported immediately. So if we would be teleported again for some reason, then it would have to be some sort of maybe trick to get Strahd to bring us.
I was just going to say something. You know how Noggins described how both Ezzy and Travas were stolen? And he kind of intuited that they were going to Castle Ravenloft. Perhaps we can trick Strahd to take the rest of us there the same way.
Or no.
Or not.
going to
Oh, it's just an idea. I mean, whatever. It's I'll throw things out, and then everyone destroys the idea, and that's fine.
I do wonder, however, Augenvost, if perhaps in your time there were any other groups of people that stood against Strahd, perhaps allies that remain untapped, or remnants of the allies, or their descendants that remain untapped within Barovia.
Or allies who have become revenants who are now in.
Well, you stand among them in this place, and that was hundreds of years ago, centuries. The Vestani are the only that have lasted. The bloodline continued.
Madam Ava, you mentioned in the cards other options. Perhaps you could refresh our memory. It seems like it's been multiple years since we had this conversation. Perhaps you
It
could
is only
tell us-
about a month ago.
But it seems so very long ago.
Yes, I do lots of readings. I don't take notes. It just comes from the fates. I can tell you, but it's better if you tell me. I know that Sterling really knows.
Sterling has an
We have a good
impeccable
memory
memory.
for such things. We have completed some of the items that had come up during that reading. However, there are still two that I see as important. We had spoken of them not that long ago. There is the card of power and strength, which tells the weapon of vengeance, the sword of light, which we believe is buried with Sergei, though it may have been moved based on what Aster has told us. And there is also one that speaks of one who will greatly help in the battle against darkness. An entertaining man with a monkey, which sounds like it could be Blinsky. We could tap this resource as well. I don't know how Blinsky would help us, but perhaps there's something more to him than what meets the eye.
Before I left you, I recall us meeting with Rictavio. What has passed in my absence? Where has he gone?
Octavio.
Just to be clear, you guys don't know who Rictavio is?
Oh, we don't.
I'm asking. I thought that was
We do.
you do. You know that
100%.
Van Richten was Rictavio.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
He realized
That
I thought
happened
it
at
was.
the
I just
end
wanted to
of
make
last
sure.
season.
Yes.
when we were at the Dusk Elves.
Yes. That's right.
Yeah. Well,
That was. He revealed it to you because it was revealed to
Yeah.
to
We had the
Ezmerelda.
whole-
Yeah.
But we did the whole starting thing. We found out he was Van Richten.
Yeah, that's what I thought. Okay.
Yeah.
yes, well, Rictavio turned out to be someone completely different.
Is he still around to help us?
I hope so. He turned out to be someone who was very close with Ezmerelda, Van Richten. I don't know how to contact him though.
Yeah, let's make a Van Richten Nope.
Tag ticket.
Tag?
Van Richten?
and make a sword tag too.
Rifling through my bag
Yeah.
on the side, I go, ha ha! Found it! And, and I said, listen, okay, dearest little Farfar, trust yourself. Save yourself. It's time to take care of yourself. Come see me alone. I will end this suffering you've experienced. Fondest history now to start. All just want to go home. I will give you the secret to enter his castle. I will give you information on Muskoka's death and the location. Apply this oil to your body and I will be able to help. That is the note I have from Morgantha herself. So yes, we have a way of getting in. And
This
Sure.
oil to your body, how much oil is there?
no, I used the oil already. I used all of the oil. I should not have used the oil the way I used the oil.
Very well, then what about this Blinsky character? Perhaps we can seek him out?
So
Van Richten.
I would just put maybe him off to the side because we don't know where he is.
And the sun sword, the sword with the sun.
We have not.
That's a castle.
Castle Ravenloft.
We have not found it yet.
Is what?
Yeah, the DM said it himself. It's Castle Ravenloft.
That's where you think it is. So that's
Yeah.
where you're told. Yeah.
Ravenloft?
Yeah. Beautiful. Yeah, red's good for.
For a sword, it'll
the
be a
hags?
sword.
You don't know where they are either, but we'll put them on the windmill, which is southeast of Valaki. Huh?
Old Slavich Road down here?
well burnt.
That looks like a might be a windmill. Is
Yeah.
it?
Well, it's east of the woods.
That's the windmill.
Is that the windmill? Does it look like the windmill?
Oh, there's lots of little windmills.
Valaki, it's here. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I mean, right now I play Dungeons and Dragons online. And there's a lot.
And
It makes good pies.
and Eva says, what about first the village of Kresk? You spent some time there, I understand. Yes.
I said, was there any other villages that would join us?
You said campsites.
Oh, that's true. Villages are not campsites.
Very different.
Sorry.
We did save that child, Kresk, did we not?
What child?
The one that was resurrected.
Yes, we did. We brought him back after much time when he was gone.
Whose child was it?
Was it not the
it
the
the
burgomaster?
Burgermaster.
Sweet child.
Kresk.
That could very well be helpful.
How do we even know all these towns remain if they have not turned against us and are seeking us out for our deaths? And Strahd very well may have already destroyed these places.
It could be.
We could be seeking allies and only find ruins.
Or traps.
Or both.
What choice do we have?
We won't know until we try.
There is one other that I think of comes to mind. The wizard.
The mage.
He remains in Barovia. He may help.
Just because my history looking around, would I know a bit about this? Because I specifically was looking for this kind of information.
I'll give you a
About
history
the
check.
mage.
Yeah, history check. I mean, you all met the mage.
Yep.
Oh,
They met him in the village of Barovia last Halloween. No, 2 Halloweens ago.
that's 24.
Yeah.
Lake Bear.
You've absolutely heard of a mad mage of Baratok, who fought Strahd, and you all heard this legend up front when you first came to Barovia. Some of you did. When you first came to Barovia, the Vistani told you a story of him and Strahd fighting and him being cast off the mountain. Then and nobody knew where he was. Then he appeared in Barovia. Did he reveal himself to you?
Yes, I believe so. He helped us fight that giant beast of shadow. I don't remember the name of the creature.
Yeah, the Death Stalker. Deathstalker. Yeah. Did you? Yeah, and I just can't remember if he gave you his name. I believe he.
I am almost positive he did. CB was not here, but CB remembers watching this episode.
Yeah.
I'm not remembering his darn name.
Yeah, Mordenkainen.
His name was
Mordenkainen.
Mordenkainen.
Yeah.
Duh. I was like,
Is it?
Like Gary Gygax's character?
Luke played him in that episode.
Jeez.
Yeah.
First time he ever played the
Yeah.
character.
The madman, and I don't know if he knew he was. Yeah, but he hadn't found. He was missing his staff and his book, I believe. So he was a lessened version of himself. Yes, we'll just call him the Mad Mage. But yeah, you can put him in the mountains.
Mad Mage?
Yeah, North Baratok.
Baratok is up there.
So up in the mountains, just up in the mountains, just somewhere
Anywhere
north.
in the mountains, yeah.
Oh, no, up.
Like
Up higher?
Yeah, see that whole thing is mountain range.
I thought that was.
It says Mountain Baratok there, so I just put him in the middle at the top because we don't know exactly where he is.
I don't have nails. I can't get it out.
And then I would put one for Kresk.
Is that not right beside where the abbot is?
Yeah, but it's a different ally.
So just put Kresk itself.
Yeah,
Do you want this here?
Krezk.
And I suppose we could convince the ghosts in the death house to help us.
And the kids.
Oh, the kids.
Yeah.
Well, did we do a good job for them though?
Nope, we didn't.
We burned their house down.
Nope.
Yeah, we did burn their house down.
Well, we tried to burn it down. Didn't burn.
It's true.
I believe I have heard of a family of werebears called the Bjornsons. I believe that our people had helped at one point. I think they would be allies too. You weren't involved.
I must
It happened somewhere else. But, but the Bjornsons, they live just at the foot of Mount Gekis. Down here. Bjornsons.
I believe what we are seeing here is that we have much more potential help than we anticipated.
We already considered the Wizard Wines.
Ah, the Wizard of Wines. That was great.
The wonderful one.
They are part of the Martokov family.
All right.
I believe they are also part of the Order of the Feather. I'm not
Oh,
sure.
right. Okay.
Yes.
Keepers, sorry.
We have them.
We have those.
So we have them. But yes. Absolutely. All right, well. That seems like a good start.
There was the man with the monkey. Do we have any idea where we might seek out such an individual? That is something we have not added to the map.
Molinsky's shop is in the village of Barovia. If he is the man with the monkey.
Did he have a monkey? You guys met him.
I do
The
believe.
two people who met them are not here.
I'm going to take a risk here and just say Blinsky, probably man with monkey. Just because, you know, all the crazy things.
You guys did hear that there was that Blinsky had a monkey. There was a rumor
Yep.
that Blinsky had a monkey.
Yep.
Well, should we add Belinsky to this here?
Well, he's a potential target, yes. Not necessarily
An
a
ally?
ally yet. Maybe with a question mark.
Now, this is going to sound strange, but no one so far has suggested the dolls. I mean, should we not speak of the dolls? Well, okay, no dolls. They are not on our side. Just saying.
By that logic, we might assume that the hags shouldn't be on our side.
So the dolls are in?
No.
Okay.
And what if
Okay, well, we got a nice list of staff. I guess we could start contacting or whatever. But
what of the people of Valaki?
last we were there, it was that lady.
Doctor.
Thank you. Her. And hold on, if CB's remembering correctly, we definitely got out of there. We weren't enemies, but we definitely almost got caught, but didn't get caught.
We left a
we did.
fire behind us.
We
like
left a
we should.
fire. That is what we did.
We've done that a few
And her,
times.
and I believe you killed her kid, her sons.
So let's not
that
assume
fire.
we're on the same side.
Yeah, no.
Was she really attached to them though?
But I believe, if I believe correctly, Lady Voctor, if you guys remember correctly, I'm just going to throw out little ideas because I know I got notes. But Lady Voctor, she was trying to become mayor of Valaki after the burgomaster.
Yes.
She was trying to become burgomaster of that town. And she was
Yes.
vying for that, and you were trying to kind of stop and thwart it,
Well, after she lost her kids, she probably got the sympathy vote.
probably. And you guys haven't been to Valaki since, right?
We have not been to Valak, because we went straight to the Amber Temple after that. No, we didn't. Yeah, we did. Yes, we went to Amber Temple after that. So yeah, we can look into that. We know that she had the ledger with some people that Strahd has brought in, and so that gives him pause. If there's allies, has there been any word about anyone who for sure has joined Strahd?
There are pluses and negatives of casting the net so broad. The more people you get in, the easier it will be to take Strahd down. However, the wider you cast this net, the more opportunity you will give for those to betray. That is all.
Well stated.
Eva speaks up. She says, "Well, I mean, you have clearly had a effect on Barovia, and you have gathered many allies.
The Dunbringers have some influence here for sure.
But understand, and know, and keep in mind that your fate is tied specifically to certain things. I was there when the fates informed you. And though talking to people but we have many numbers. We can send groups of hearty individuals to talk to people if we need talking. But I believe your fate stands specifically with certain things. It is not me to decide. I am just reminding.
Blinsky and the Sun Sword, then. So we head for Barovia.
You make a living being this ambiguous?
It's not a leaving, it's more of a hobby. I'm stuck here too.
Fair enough.
If our next, sorry, this has to be out of character. I want to make sure CB knows everything. We know that we need to get we got information about Strahd from the Amber Temple. The next thing is the Sun Sword, which is in the crypt.
And Blinsky with the monkey were the two hints. And if we didn't
Those are the
resolve
two
that,
strings you haven't pulled.
Okay,
yet.
so I'm assuming Blinsky was one of the cards.
Yeah.
yeah. So
Okay,
then it
that's
would
why I
be
didn't know.
Village of
Oh,
Barovia, then Castle of Barovia, in that order. Then probably safest would be Village of Barovia.
And the
I don't think we should be going straight to Castle either, but yes, we should have. Yeah, then our next step is procuring the aid of Blinsky.
Or the sword. Or the sun sword. The other thing we forgot about is the man who is in the chains who we replaced with Muskoka when he was inside the effigy. How about that person? Did we ever save that person? I don't remember exactly. I've had a little bit of drink. Does anyone remember that?
Clearly, I do not.
No, I mean,
What I remember.
that's clear.
I like how you keep looking at him
Yes,
as you
do
you
start
remember-
conversations.
No, okay. Dimitri, anything on that?
Well, I
Sterling,
remember-
anything?
I remember what happened, but the individual who
Remember
replaced me.
that guy lived.
Yeah, he did live, didn't he? Okay, never mind. It's an old story. Probably didn't even really happen.
All right. Well, it appears we do have many allies that we can begin to call upon.
Okay.
There is a war coming, and the people need to be reassured. They grow restless. They want answers. And so perhaps we address those gathered.
Certainly. I think that's a great idea for you to do. Are you planning on... When are you planning to address everyone?
Not quite what I had in mind.
What would you have us do?
Well, the Dawnbringers have gained a name for yourselves, I understand, in this place. And even though I command respect and attention for who I was, people, you've become folk heroes in this land, is my understanding. You have become... My understanding is this Blinsky creates toys fashioned after you. You have merch.
So
you
what
get
you're
it now. No, excuse me.
So what you're saying is we are folk and heroes.
Yes, you are both those things. And I believe that coming from you would mean a lot. Eva speaks up and says, yes, I think the people need to be reassured. I think they need to hear from you. There is a war ahead, and frankly, many will lose their lives.
Okay, here's
There is
what
much work to be done.
here's what I suggest. You hear me out. Sterling, you have an orator's voice, and you have lived through more internal pain and suffering than the majority of us. So here's what my suggestion is. We have Sterling address everyone in his immense form. And that will gain and deliver the respect for our journey so far and hopefully gather people to our side. Anyone?
Well, Sterling is a good decision. Surely there's no better among us than Dimitri for such a job.
Why don't you approach together?
Well,
Each take your moment to address the crowd and inspire them as a fellowship.
I don't know if my current altered form is very reassuring for those I...
Argos kind of looks at you and goes,
That trick that you used when I first entered the mists could help. The sunlight.
Ah, right.
True.
I wouldn't want to get, hey, look at me speak, blind. Probably the smartest thing to do.
I can't see.
It's the added benefit that everybody leaves with a suntan.
Well, it's true. I pulled out the hose in the rain can. If they needed convincing, there's always this.
And which one among Sterling's number would be speaking in such a address to the people?
I think that is for Sterling to decide. It's not for us.
The voice of the amalgam is united. There is one that we keep quiet, but the rest of us speak together in tandem. Would you prefer one of us to speak among the others. Perhaps Aravis, the father.
Well, if he's a good orator, then it wouldn't hurt to have that little extra nudge.
I'd say whatever you're comfortable with, shall we?
Yes.
Just picturing out of game. I'm just picturing Lord Farquaad. Some of you may die, but that is a price we are willing to pay.
All right, well, before we address those gathered, let me just understand where we stand as far as items that have been collected in the fight ahead. I understand that there have been some. What are they?
I'll pull out the Sword of Argynvost and lay it on the table,
He smiles.
and then I'll lay this across the blade.
Yep.
And then I'll put a piece of carrot bacon on top. And then I'll take it back and eat it.
What else?
And actually, I will pass my hand over it and prestidigitate just to make it nice and clean and shiny looking.
Love it. He nods and smiles.
There's one other item you have, people.
Sorry, I didn't hear what you asked. I was just.
He said, what other items do you have in the fight against Strahd?
Staff of Golthius, I think.
These are the
Okay.
items that.
You have the Tome of Strahd, do you not?
The Tome of Strahd.
You guys picked up the Tome of Strahd at the
We
church.
do. I think it's still in Argynvost. Yeah, I think. Yeah, Noggins will just go.
That's the page from the Tome of Strahd that's on the table.
This one?
Nope.
This one?
Yep. Which has information about Strahd that you may need in the fight ahead. Hint, hint, nudge, nudge. Party.
Yes, we read it. Yes. So I was like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
I don't have any.
I forgot about it because I committed it to memory.
No, yeah. The Noggins remembers the book, and will. No, he doesn't. He'll grab the book. It's an Argynvost, 100%. We never took it out. Argynvost sold. So he'll just go grab that real quick and make sure we have it. Boom.
Okay.
That thing.
Good.
That information.
Roland's starting to read an excerpt from it. All right. Okay. He says, all right, well, the plan then is you are going to seek out Blinsky. Is that correct? First?
I believe that is.
I think so.
Yes. And then Castle Ravenloft.
Do we address the people first?
I suggest you do that, yes.
Where is Strahd's love? I sort of say quietly to Dimitri.
His love. Well, at once he tried to bring her back by taking over the body of someone else, but we put a stop to that plan.
Where does she reside now?
As far as I know, she's passed away, no?
She entered the pool. If you remember correctly, Irina,
Yeah.
who was the descendant or looked a lot like Tatiana, who was Strahd's original love, which thrust them into vampirism, blah, 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 blah. Long story short, she reconnected, remember, with the visage of Sergei in the
Yeah,
pool?
in the pool.
And she
went
walked
into
in,
it.
and Strahd didn't like that.
Is she still alive?
No, there was almost a ceremony where she left this dimension altogether, seemingly, and Strahd became very upset about that.
A pity.
All right. All right, well, shall we gather the people?
I slide my chair out, stand up, lead the way.
Now,
Pick up the
again,
sword.
I will leave it to you how much of your plan you plan to share, but I wouldn't share too much, especially the Castle Ravenloft part.
Yes, it is simply to inspire.
What is the intention of your foray into the castle?
Well,
We gotta find the sword. We gotta get our friends back.
yes, presumably we may not even need to enter the castle if there's a cemetery next to it, the way that there is one here. We remember when we were there the.
Oh yeah, we were there.
Yeah.
We were guided though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you were guided. You do remember. I will tell you what you remember. Maybe. We'll see.
We also have Aster who's been there.
I was literally about to say that
Yeah.
Noggins looks over at Aster, just kind of just watches.
And I think Aster kind of like noticing that somebody is looking at her, kind of just shifts uncomfortably and having been silent this entire time, she kind of clears her throat and I know I am new to you all, but do you really think you can do this?
We've gotten this far.
And we really should not have. You know? I mean, look at us. Some would call us heroes, but we are quite a ragtag group. So yes, Aster, you're right to ask.
She smiles a little bit and, you know, a good friend of mine, he was always looking for the sun to come back. I think meeting a group called the Dawnbringers might just be a sign. If it's the sword you seek and your friends you want back, I will help you get into the castle.
See, all we needed to do was ask her. And now we asked her, and she's helping.
I don't know why you said her name first.
Because
All right.
all right.
Well, my understanding is, what do we know of the castle? And I mean, is there any thoughts or plans for you to enter and where to enter?
Should I make a simple attempt to speak to the hags about this?
Well, if we have Aster, maybe we won't need to risk contacting the hags.
True.
Aster, what do you remember? Entrances. Levels.
Well, other than the front entrance, the levels I am more familiar with. Getting in is a little trickier, but if we can get inside, I know where to find the crypts beneath the castle. I know where to find the dungeons where your friends likely are.
Okay. It's a start. Certainly, we do need to get inside, though. So, any suggestions?
But we have we're trying to make a linear path to a dream that doesn't have a beginning or an end.
That sounds
Let's
quite...
address the crowd, talk to them. Let's see Blinsky. Blinsky might have more information. If with that he doesn't know how to get in, and we haven't figured it out by then you can talk to the hags. Because we at least know for sure they know how to get in. Or have a way to.
Okay. I'm okay with that plan.
I will gather them. I will go gather the people and we will speak. Shall we?
Let's do it.
Come. Madam Eva goes.
As we go to
Yeah.
leave, I would like to just kind of, excuse me, Falta, was it?
Yes. Aster, how can I be of service?
These hags that you have a bargain with.
Mm-hmm.
What is the cost that you would have to pay?
Well, I traded a piece of my soul for the powers of the hex bloods. So, I mean, truthfully, I don't know exactly what it means, except that it cost me dearly, and now I have these strange gifts and my skin is purple, which makes introductions quite uncomfortable since I don't always remember. So that.
She kind of nods, and I know a thing or two about making bargains you didn't quite understand.
Ah.
Um,
Can
don't call the hags. I think I might have another way in.
really? Do you mind? Should I share? Is it a secret, or can I share with the others that you might have a way?
Are you not in the full room?
I don't know.
No,
That's what I'm asking.
She pulled him
Oh,
aside.
we had left at this point.
Yeah.
I'll kind of look up and wait a moment, all of you. I think I might have a way into the castle.
And you're just sharing this now.
I do not know if it will work.
But in fairness to
I did
the
not know if I could trust that it would be worth it.
Well, whatever it is, we appreciate your help. And over the last period of days, I've found that you've shown yourself trustworthy.
Actually, you should know that perhaps I did not come here under the most honest of pretenses.
Okay. I take a quick step, just as a little step back.
Take a little step forward.
I don't look surprised.
At this point, just to say that Argynvost and Madame Eva have left the room, as well as Sir Godfrey.
Okay.
It's just you guys.
What kind of pretenses did you come under?
The sort where I was asked by Strahd Zarovich to find out what you were planning and to report back to him.
I look right over at these two. And I look over at Sterling and Noggins. Every single time. So why tell us now?
Because I did not know what I was doing then. I
Interesting.
did not have a choice. I don't remember a lot of the details. Some of it's fuzzy down in the crypts, but I remember seeing his face, and I remember hearing him in my head. And for some time, I thought I could trust him, that he was a friend, that he would never do anything wrong. And then I came here, and the next dawn when I woke, that feeling faded.
How?
I think at this point, I'll drop the blade again. May I, with permission, friends, now, attempt to gain the truth?
Good idea.
I
Do
will
it.
just slowly walk around the room, carving that circle again. And then, as much as I can control it with the amber blade, I will try and keep it as amber as possible. Zone of truth fires up, goes back down again. Now you may speak, Aster. You may ask her the
All
questions
that I
you
have
wish.
told you is true. And I think that perhaps if I return to the castle and I can pretend to perhaps still be wanting to report back to him, I can find you a way in.
It is an interesting plan for sure.
Any competent wizard or sorcerer knows when his spells are broken. If she was indeed under the effects of a charm, which we have seen before, Strahd would know that it's broken.
Could it have been the effects of coercion, such as holding her friends hostage, as they are doing to your companions?
If that was the case, then there's still no reason to trust her.
Except for that what she is saying now comes under the guise of light.
And the influence of truth.
Will you tell us what Strahd has on you? Exactly.
Was your
Nothing.
price their freedom? When he's staring directly at you.
What do you mean?
Is he?
It was wet.
Sorry, go ahead.
It was dark.
Did she make us say?
He held you and said that you stay. Was that the price for them leaving?
I do not know exactly, but I think they are safe. They are not here anymore. So, I suppose you could say that I have nothing left to lose.
And if you don't mind me asking, how long did he keep you?
How long was it?
Yeah. Give me a history check with disadvantage, please.
Oh, a disadvantage.
Dark.
Oh, it's not good.
Dark.
6.
Yeah, you remember little bits, but time in that time is very difficult for you to nail down in any certainty. It could have been days, it could have been weeks, you don't know.
I don't know.
But what you do remember is bliss and like happiness and like you remember like just flashes of other parts of the castle, but not anything tangible enough to hold on to. But during that time, you weren't just kept in crypts.
This
It
individual.
was sometime, days, maybe weeks. I don't know.
But you did come out of that time higher level, so in game, more adept. So you don't even know necessarily what he got you even to do during that time in his service.
All I know is that after I came here, I suppose the protective bubble around this place was not something he'd anticipated, because, like I said when I woke up, that feeling had faded, and I suppose truth came back, and there is another to whom I made a bargain a long time ago, who I believe sent me here to kill him. And from my understanding, I will not leave this place unless Strahd von Zarevich dies. So believe me, zone of truth or not, when I say that I will kill this man, or I will die helping you.
And that is where we're going to end the episode for this week. Very good, y'all. Well, thank you everyone for watching. If you liked what you saw, consider subscribing and sharing and tell everybody about it. If you want to be a part of this, again, next episode, those in the Discord, those in the Discord will be spoken to, addressed by the party. So please gather together at the beginning of next episode. Be sure that you're watching live so that we can all partake in this wonderful.
And you're under a zone of truth, so you have to spend.
Yeah, exactly. Wonderful.
God, what
All
a
right,
great
all.
spell.
Love you guys.
awesome.
Take care of each other. Love each other, and we'll see you next week. Bye.